The fallout was instantaneous, a digital shockwave that radiated outward from Studio F and crashed into the smartphones of millions of Americans within minutes. By the time Greg Gutfeld reached his dressing room and aggressively loosened his tie, Twitter was already a burning landscape of blue checkmarks and anonymous eggs, all losing their collective minds. The hashtags #Gutfeld Meltdown and #Fox News Defector were battling for the #1 spot, rapidly overtaken by a third, more ominous trend: #The Hurricane. His phone buzzed continuously on the vanity mirror, vibrating like an angry hornet. He ignored it, pouring himself a glass of sparkling water and staring at his own reflection. He looked exactly the same, but he felt as though he had just detonated a dirty bomb in the middle of a cathedral. The door clicked open, and his executive producer, a man whose resting heart rate was permanently elevated, slipped inside. He didn't look angry. He looked pale. "Greg," he said softly, closing the door behind him, "do you have any idea what you just did?" The air in Studio F was aggressively cold, a deliberate atmospheric choice designed to keep the hosts alert and the makeup from melting under the studio lights. Greg Gutfeld sat in his designated chair at the curved desk of the 5, staring at the teleprompter. The glass screen was loaded with the script he had written just 2 hours ago, hastily typed in the back of a black SUV speeding from Teterboro Airport. It was not the script his producers expected. It lacked the usual punchy, easily digestible insults aimed at the New York Times or the Democratic leadership. To his left, Jesse Waters was adjusting his tie, flashing a practiced $1,000,000 smile into a handheld mirror. To his right, Dana Perino was rapidly reviewing her notes, the picture of polished establishment republicanism. Across the table sat the liberal voice of the day, Jessica Tarlov, looking appropriately defensive and ready for the daily skirmish. They were all playing a game with clear, defined rules. The Democrats did something hypocritical, Fox News pointed it out. Trump did something. The red on-air light was a familiar, almost comforting beacon in the otherwise controlled chaos of the Fox News studio. For Greg Gutfeld, it was the signal to unleash his specific brand of quick-witted, often abrasive observation. But tonight, as the countdown to his segment on the 5 began, a different kind of buzz thrummed beneath the fluorescent lights. The topic du jour, inescapable and utterly polarizing, was, as always, him. Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, was currently occupying every news cycle, every conversation, and every anxious thought across the political spectrum. The latest outrage, or strategic masterstroke, depending on which channel you watched, involved a series of early morning tweets that had simultaneously upended delicate trade negotiations and sent the mainstream media into a collective frenzy. Gutfeld, leaning back in his chair with a practiced air of studied nonchalance, was prepping his opening monologue. The core question before him was the same one the country had been grappling with for 4 years. Was the relentless, seemingly random chaos that defined the Trump presidency a tactical disaster or a unique species of political opportunity? To Gutfeld, a man who built his career on dissecting cultural absurdities with the precision of a scalpel,